Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram. Om Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedhase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Om Shri Ramachandraya Namaha. Atulita Baladhamam Hema Shailabhadeham Danujavana Krishanum Jnaninam Agraganyam Sakala Gunanidhanam Vanaranam Adhisham Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatan Namami. Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatan Namami. Om Shri Hanumate Namaha. Om Dhyayami Chinmayanandam Gurudevam Mahamatim Premapurnam Kriyashilam Sada Lokahite Ratam Kripalum Sundarakaram Samartham Satyadarshinam Vacha Tattva Prakashinya Shokamoha Vinashinam. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Namah Shri Tulsi Dasa Sadvarishtaya Dhimate Puritam Hridayam Yena Rama Premamrite Name. Om Shri Tulsi Dasaya Namaha. Hari Om, a very warm welcome to this series. Every character in Ramayan is a message to human beings. No character is a wasteful character in this wonderful Grantha. However, you will find characters which are very, very small, but they are very significant. And at the same time, you have wonderful characters like what we are seeing. We are seeing the greatest mother in Sumitraji. When Lakshmanji goes, tells her, Ramchandraji has accepted to take me along with him and Mata Sitaji. He has instructed me to take your permission. And then we found such a beautiful statements coming from Sumitraji. And she said, Bhuri bhaga bhajanu bhayahu मोहि समेत बलि जाऊ जाऊं तुम्हारे मन छाड़ी चलो कीन राम पद ठाऊ. We saw in the 74th Doha, Hey Lakshmana, my wonderful son, it is your great fortune. It is your great fortune and as well as mine also. Why? Because I had the great fortune of begetting you who is going to go and serve Bhagavan. Therefore, it is my fortune also. Jaun tumhare mana chhadi chalo. I definitely declare that your mind is now sincerely surrendered at the feet of Rama. Keen he Rama padatau. Now, Sumitraji now beautifully says, very beautiful statements we will see in the 75th Chaupai. Putravati jubati jagasoi Raghupati bhagatu jasu sutu hoi Natarubai bhali badi biyani राम विमुख सुतते ही तजानी तुम्हारे ही भाग राम बन जाही दूसर हेतु तातु कछु नाही सकल सुकृत कर बड़ फलु एहु राम सीय पद सहज सनेहु रागुरोषु ईरिषा मधुमोहु जनि सपनेहु इनके बस होहु सकल प्रकार विकार बिहाई मन क्रम बचन करेहु सेवकाई तुम कहु बन सब भांति सुपासु संगपि तुमातु रामु सिय जासु जेहि न रामु बन लहि कलेसु सुत सोई करेहु इहि उपदेसु उपदेसु यही जेहि तात तुमरे राम सिय सुख पावहि पितु मातु प्रिय परिवार पुर सुख सुरति बन बिसरावहि तुलसी प्रभु ही सिख देई आयसु दीन पुनि आशीष दई रति होवु अबिरल अमल सिय रघुबीर पद नित नित नई मातु चरण सिरुनाई चले तुरत संकट हृदय बागुर विषम तुराई मनहु भाग मृगु बाग बस. Every single character whom we are seeing, everybody express themselves from the bottom of the heart. When we need to take a very important point here. When Sumitraji is speaking to Lakshmana and expressing her viewpoint, very many of us may differ from that standpoint. It is understandable. But actually speaking, honestly speaking, those messages have a lot of deep meaning in it, which common people like you and me cannot see it in the right perspective. The perspective is extremely important. That is why it said, Vachyartha is one thing, or Vakyartha is one thing, and Lakshyartha is another thing. What is Lakshyartha? Those artha that is to be read between the lines. Very many times in our common communications, there's a lot of issues that crop up. And you will find in many cases, rather most of the cases, the ego comes in between, and when the perspective is not understood, ego gets hurt. And I tell you, ego is the primary culprit for all pains and sufferings in this world. Therefore, we need to be very careful to understand the right perspective with which a communication is made. Most of the time we find, because of not understanding the right perspective, many relationships fail. They end up in such a horrible, terrible end. It need not be always husband and wife ending in divorce. It can be mother and father, parents and daughter, son and parents, grandchildren and grandparents, your own son and daughter. Communication is always very important. Second point, understanding the right perspective of the communication avoids conflicts. You will always see many people, when somebody communicates something, they have to pause and check what is the perspective. But very many times we find people just react instantly without even analyzing, without even discriminating, without even receiving what is it that being told. They immediately jump with negative, pessimistic and foolish thinking. When somebody is saying, there must be something, otherwise why will he or she say, let me check what he has in mind, is a very intelligent way of saying. But when we react to that statement, the reaction is always headed by ego. Response to anything is always headed by discrimination. When we thus discriminate before we react, then the reaction can be avoided and a response can be created, whereby understanding becomes perfect and it will not result in confrontation. Now you will see in these characters, Lakshmana is quiet. Sumitraji, when she is giving Sumitraji, let me correct myself. Sumitraji, when she is giving certain very important thoughts, look at the way she has analyzed the whole thing. She did not jump, oh, you are also going, what will I do without you in life? How can you go? If you want, let him go. It is between him and Kaikeyi. Why should I suffer? I can't let go of my beautiful, wonderful, loving, caring son. Therefore, you don't go. Let them go. She never reacted. Think. She quietly paused and then she says, now this sentence, the first and second line, second sentence of this Chaupai is so very deep in its substance. That is why I said perspective have to be understood. What I communicate, I have a perspective of that communication, which may not be in tune with the other person's perspective or other person's way of thinking. Each one of us have got our own angle of vision, our own way of thinking, isn't it? This deep sentence probably might hurt some of us if we don't understand with what perspective Sumitraji says. We will see. Putravati jubati jagasoi raghupati bhagatu jasu sutu hoi. She says, a woman can be called as a mother. Please be very attentive to this statement. Putravati, a mother, can be called as a mother only when Raghupati Bhagatu Jasu Sutu Hoi, only when her son becomes the bhakta of Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra ji. Otherwise, in case he is not, Nataru bhaji bhali badi biyani Rama bimukha sutate hita jani. In case if the son does not turn towards Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra ji, does not surrender to Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra ji, does not have love towards Bhagavan Ramchandra ji, if there is no devotion towards Bhagavan Ramchandra ji, such a son cannot be called as a son, and such a mother cannot be called as a mother. It is better she was issueless. Look at the strong statements. Now, we have to accept it with proper understanding, the right perspective. I keep mentioning this. Sumitra ji has understood what is the love between Ramchandra ji and Lakshman ji, Ramchandra ji and Kaushalya ji, Ramchandra ji and herself. The relationship between all of these characters are absolutely pure, uncontaminated by ego. When we compare that with the modern relationships, in fact, it is not at all a relationships. That is why Gurudev would say, don't worry about relatives because they have only relative validity. Move towards the absolute. Relatives come and go. Absolute alone remains. Think. Now here, the relationship which all of them have between themselves is so pure. Therefore, look at the depth in that statement. Sumitra ji claims only the one who is devoted to Rama can be a son, otherwise the woman cannot be even called as a mother. That is her perspective. That is her love towards Rama. That is her joy with which she is saying when Lakshman ji says, Ramchandra ji has asked me to follow him. She is proud. She is happy. She is delighted. And look at the purity of love in them. Purity of devotion in them. Which mother can say that? Now see, having a son without love for Rama is better not to get an issue at all. Unfortunate. Very many parents don't understand this wonderful standpoint. When the son says, I want to go to the ashram and take to the life of a monk. What happened to you? Why are you going? Why do you do all these things? Is there some bhuta in your this one? I will call that tantric. He will do something and all your misunderstanding will go. Think. The one who has the right understanding will say, go. Immediately you go. That is what Sumitra ji says. Finally. Therefore, we need to see how deep is the love for Ramchandra ji, which Sumitra ji, Lakshman ji, Kaushalya ji and Kaikeyi ji in the past had towards Ramchandra ji. Tumare hi bhag Ramu ban jahi, दूसर हेतु तात कछु नाही. Now look at this angle of vision. Very beautiful. If, let us say, Ramchandra ji had not gone to the forest, if he had stayed back, listening to father the second time, when the father says don't go, actually Dasharatha did not say don't go, but he never wanted Ramchandra ji to go. Kaushalya ji said don't go in the initial stage, isn't it? All of them said, why you? If Rama said, so many people love me, so I will not go. Father, okay. Today, the statements of fathers, statements of mothers are all taken without any respect, without any thinking. Isn't it? They just brush aside their statement. He one old fellow, he will keep on telling whatever all the time. I am tired of him. Isn't it? And many people go away from the house also. Think. Immature mind. Whereas we find here, let us suppose, in case Rama had not gone to the forest, Rama would have gone, he will be in the palace naturally. He would have plenty of servants all around him. Is it not? Everybody will want to serve. So many people will be dedicated to serve to Ramchandraji, and everything would have got done. Everything would have been beautiful. But if then Rama had not gone, Lakshmana would not have got the opportunity to serve Ramchandraji. That is what Sumitraji says. It is our fortune. It is our fortune that Rama is proceeding to the forest. Think. Look at the way the whole angle of vision is. When the perspective is for a higher vision, then all these things will not matter. Small things would not matter at all. It is a good fortune, hey Lakshmana, that Rama is proceeding towards the forest, because the entire opportunity of serving him is entrusted upon you, and there will not be competition. Nobody else will be there to serve. Therefore, you have been entrusted that opportunity, and you are the most blessed person to go and serve Bhagavan Sri Ramchandraji. What a mother, isn't it? And you know what she says? It is because Bhagavan Ramchandraji wanted to give you the opportunity. He went to forest. What a jackpot, is it not? What a great thing. To give Lakshmana an opportunity to serve because of the love Lakshmana has got towards Ramchandraji. It is for your sake Bhagavan is going to the forest. Dusara hetu tata kachunai. There is no other reason, Lakshmana. The love you have for Rama, he has recognized that love. And to acknowledge that love, to give you the opportunity to serve, Ramchandraji is going to the forest for your sake only. Think. There is one Meera Bhajan. I remember when I was in the Yuva Kendra at Chennai Mission, decades back. We had gone to one place called Siddhabari in Himachal Pradesh, where even today Param Pujya Gurudev's Mahasamadhi Sthal is also there. And Gurudev was taking Viveka Chudamani marathon, 75 days Viveka Chudamani camp, and we all Yuva Kendra people had gone there to serve and learn, of course, obviously. And there, for 75 days camp actually. And in that 75 days, every day one group of people would give some cultural program. After dinner, Gurudev also would come and sit. Gurudev would sit in an easy chair, and then everybody will sit all around him, hundreds of people, all of them. And then one group will come and do something and go. We people, we decided to sing bhajans translated in English. Meera Bhajan. There is one Meera Bhajan. Tumare karan main sukh chodya. Like that one bhajan is there. So we people, we translated the same thing to English and we sang in front of Gurudev. Oh, the way he laughed for the whole, almost for 5-6 minutes he was continuously laughing. For your sake only I left everything. Why do you keep me waiting? Ting, 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 ting. Like that, we created a very interesting scene there. It was such a beautiful time, very entertaining time. So similarly, for your sake only, I remembered this bhajan when I said this. तुम्हारे कारण दूसर हेतु तात कछु नहीं. My son, there is no other reason for Ramchandraji to go to forest. You are the reason. He wants to acknowledge your love. Look at the mother's way of thinking. How positive, how inspiring, how delightful, isn't it? Sakala sukrita kara bada phalu yehu. The highest reward for all the punya karma that you have done in janmas. Bahunam janmanamante. Jnanavan mam prapadyate. Bhagavad Gita says, Bahunam janmanamante. After so many lives of your meritorious actions, Bhagavan himself wants you to serve. What better blessing can it ever be? Ramasiya pada sahajasanihu. And you have got the spontaneous, effortless love towards Ramchandraji and Sita ji. That means it is, what do you call it as? So much of punya karma, meritorious action which you have done. Therefore, Lakshmana. Now look at that. The motherly feelings of Sumitra ji again takes a role, takes the front foot. It say, what does she say? Ragu roshu irisha madumohu jani sapnehu ihi inake basaho. Hey Lakshmana, remember this. Never give any room while you are serving Bhagavan. Never give any room towards ragu, desire. Roshu, anger. Because passion and anger are the most devastating quality of a person. Kama eshaha, krodha eshaha, rajoguna samudbhavaha, mahashano mahapapma, vidhinam iha vairinam. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says. Kama eshaha, krodha eshaha, rajoguna samudbhavaha. Therefore, Lakshmana, ragu, roshu, irisha. Irisha is what? Jealousy. And madhu, arrogance. Very, very, very important. And then mohu, infatuation, delusion. Jani sapnehu inake basahu. Not even in the wildest dreams you must have all of these negative qualities. Not even in your wildest dreams. Probably that is why Lakshmana thought, oh, acha, I should not have even dream of this. If I should not have dream, I should not sleep. Because when I sleep, there can be a dream. Bhagavan Jane, what all has happened in the previous life of mine, past life of mine. Therefore, better I will not give room for dream itself. And he never slept for 14 years. Look at his devotion. And not only that, Lakshmana, he never ate for 14 years, it seems. Shastra says, Ramayan says. He never ate. Why he did not eat? If he was eating, and let us suppose because something happens for all, after all it's mind, you see. After all it's mind. Mind may want to say, let me eat this a little one extra, let me have this a little more, and if I fill my stomach, then I might go to sleep. And if I go to sleep, I might get a dream of such kind. Therefore, he did not eat, he did not sleep for 14 years. Look at the commitment. Look at the devotion. Look at the dedication. Look at the conviction he had. Do any of us can think of having such a commitment, devotion, dedication, love towards Rama? At least 1%. 0.00000000001 maybe. Think. It appears as though it is impossible. It was possible, it is impossible because of our foolish commitment to unwanted, irrelevant, wasteful, ephemeral, passing, fleeting things and beings of the world. Therefore, we cannot understand the glory of that Sharanagati at the feet of Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra Ji. Think. Therefore, she wants Lakshmana, Ragu Roshu Irisha Madhumohu, Jani Sapanehu Inake Basahohu. Be careful. Be careful. Warn. There is, Namdev Ji Maharaj. Namdev Ji Maharaj, one of the greatest saints in Maharashtra. He writes, Lakshmana Seva Kari Ramachandrachi 14 Varsha Ahara Nidra Nahitayasi. He says, what kind of a bhakti Lakshmanji must have had towards Ramchandraji that 14 Varsha Ahara Nidra Nahitayasi. He had given up everything for the sake of Rama. Think. What bhakti it could have been. What the kind of seva what he has done. It can never be explained. He continues there. Vishnu Dasa Nama Mani Maganechi Akhandita Seva Ghado Ramachandrachi. Namdevji says, here when it is said Vishnu Dasa, it means Namadev Maharaj. Vishnu Dasa Nama Mane Maganehechi. It is, when he chants in name of Rama, Akhandita Seva Ghado Ramachandrachi. Please, the prayer is, please give me a chance to serve you, O Lord, uninterrupted. Look at this word. Uninterrupted, let me serve you, O Bhagavan, because nothing else is worthy in this life. Everything comes and goes. Nothing remains. Therefore, the only thing that is permanent is Bhagavan's feet. Therefore, Akhandita Seva Ghado. Please give me uninterrupted opportunity to do seva to Ramachandraji. Sakala Prakara Bikara Bihayi. Sumitraji says, you give up all impure thoughts and feelings in your mind. My son, Mana Krama Bachana Karehu Sevakayi. With thought, word and deed. Serve Bhagavan Sri Ramchandraji. Instructions given by mother at the time of departure. Extremely important. And such a fantastic mother, such a glorious mother. Think. Even the mother is so much dedicated to Ramchandraji. Because of it, she says, I am also blessed. Through you, O Lakshmana, it is not only you are blessed to go and serve Rama, I am also blessed by begetting a son like you, who can serve Bhagavan. Tumakahu bana sab bhati supasu sangapi tumatu ramasiya jasu. Now, since you have with you your father and mother, a mother is speaking to her son. Since you have with you your father and mother, who are they? Ramchandraji and Sitaji. Sangapitu matu ramu siya jasu tumakahu badan sab bhati supasu. You have nothing else to worry. You will be happy. Why? Your father and mother is with you. Ramchandraji and Sitaji are with you. You have no way to worry. They will take care of you. And then immediately she says, Jehina Ram bana lahahi kalesu suta soi karehu ihai upadeshu. This is my advice to you, my son. Ihai upadeshu. What is that upadesha? Take care, my dear son, not about yourself. Take care of Rama, that he may not be put into any trouble. This is your job. You take all that pain, you take all that trouble, you take everything onto yourself. But Ramchandraji, Rama should never be put into trouble. This is my advice to you. How wonderful. उपदेसु यहु जहि तात तुमरे रामु सिय सुख पावहि. Upadesu yahu. I am advising you, hey Lakshmana, my loving son, my dear child, Tata, Jehi tumare Rama siya sukha pavahi, to see that Rama and Sita lead a happy life in the forest. It is your responsibility. It is your job. This is your dharma, to take care of Ramchandraji and Sita ji, that they live very happily. Pitu matu priya parivara pura sukha surati bana bisaravahi. He says, you have to serve them in all good ways, and you serve them. How? Pitu matu priya parivara pura sukha surati bana bisaravahi. Forget everybody. Everybody means what? Pitu, father. Matu, mother. Priya, all the parivara, all the other near and dear ones. Parivara. Sukha surati, you can even give up your own happiness and things like that. Not worth. But serve Ramchandraji in such a fashion that they never are put into trouble. Tulsi Prabhuhi. Tulsi Prabhuhi means Rama, who is the Prabhu of Tulsi Dasji. Tulsi Dasji writes this line. Tulsi Prabhuhi Sikadei Aya Sudina Puni Asisha Dai. Having advised the Lord of Tulsidasa. The Lord of Tulsidasa means Rama. Lakshmana, Sumitra granted him leave. Sumitra ji granted leave to Lakshmana to go and serve the Lord of Tulsidasa. Rati ho abirala amala siya raghubira pada nita nita nahi. Your devotion, hey Lakshmana, should be fresh at every moment. You should never feel, oh, how long? 14 years. Oh my God. Is it possible? Can I do it? No. Every moment. There is a very beautiful sloka. Kshane kshane yen navatam upaiti tadeva rupam ramaniyatayaha. That which is fresh every moment is the source of all ramaniyata. What is that? Delight. Isn't it true? Even in our modern life, when you get a new cloth, you feel very happy. You go on touching it, you are looking at it and then pulling it. Nice, oh, nice, nice. Yes or no? And children, for everything and anything, that same dress they will wear. Why? Delight, because of the newness, freshness. Look at the advice here. Sumitra ji says, your love towards Rama, the joy which you derive out of serving Rama should be fresh at every moment. Therefore, refresh every time. Ratiho. Abirala. Abirala means continuously. For all time to come. Abirala. Amalasiya raghubira pada nita nita nai. Let it be new every moment. Fresh. That joy to serve Bhagavan Shri Ramchandra ji. See, very interesting point in this Ramayan here is, Sumitra ji never lamented. She never went and hugged Lakshmana. Oh, you are going, what will I do without you? She never cried. What a woman. What a woman. What a mother she must have been. Just compare that glorious mother and the mothers of today's world. Think. Isn't it? What a woman. She never cried. She never went and hugged Lakshmanji. Oh, you are going. What will I do? Nothing. And you have to go and serve him. My love, you should never weaken yourself with all the unwanted thoughts of life. Tanu, mana, dhana. Mana, krama, bachana serve Bhagavan. And then go. She says, go. Why are you still here? Go and serve him. And Sitaji. Tulsi said, Matu charan sirunai chale turata sankita hridaya. How wonderful. Lakshmanji, he went and prostrated at the feet of his mother, Sumitraji. Two reasons. Why? Now he is going to leave. So before leaving, take her blessings. Two, I am sure he must have had, I have got such a wonderful mother. Is it not? Bagura Vishamaturai Manahu Bhaga Mriga Bhaga Basa. And if, let us suppose, Sumitraji had hugged him and cried and things like that, it would have been such a mess. Because Ramchandraji has told him, take permission and come. That means what? Without permission you cannot come. And if she messes up, what will happen to me? Lakshmana was thinking. Therefore, the moment she said, Chale Turata Sankita Hridaya, with lot of joy, with lot of delight in his heart, he immediately rushed before she could start thinking second time. Many people are like that. They think and they even tell many times they speak something, but in a few minutes they start thinking second time, third time, and then the whole plate changes 180 degrees. So before that happens, he did namaskara, turanta chala. Immediately he left. Then there is one more very beautiful character. Now this character is not extremely talked about, but it is silently, it educates all of us. Urmila, wife of Lakshmana. What an amazing character. What an amazing character. You have Sitaji who said, I will not remain here. I have to be with you. Is it not? Come what may. Urmila ji also could have said, if Sita is coming, why shouldn't I come? The logic what Sita ji gave holds good to me also. You are my Pranapati. You are my Prana Devata. When she has to come, why shouldn't I also come? She never asked this question. Why? The wise thought, W-I-S-E, wise thought, not V-I-C. The good thought in Urmila was, Lakshmana is going as a sevak. Please be very attentive. Lakshmana is going to do seva to Ramchandraji and Lakshmanji. Therefore, if I go along, then his attention will be divided. Look at that thought. Look at the glory of this character. She is also a very young girl, and at that age, all dreams will come, all ways of, grabbing every entertainment will come. But at that time, look at the inner strength of Urmila. Later we will see, she was asked not to drop even a tear down. And she took care of that. How difficult it is. Yet she did it. And not only that, she never came out to see Lakshmana, to say, okay, bye, thank you, go. No. She never came out. Why? In case she comes out to send off Lakshmana, Lakshmana might fall into emotional hangovers. So if she comes there, he might feel more sentimental and emotional, and he will feel bad again. Therefore, she never even came out of the house to send off her husband. Look at Urmila. What characters have been presented in Ramayan. And Urmila is one such great character. She not only avoided coming out here, in fact, very many poets and all, even people, most immature people, nonsense people, I tell you, the way they speak. No, 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 it is not practical. It is not justice. The writer of Ramayan has done great injustice to Urmila. Look at it. That is why I said perspective is extremely important. Now look at that. So many people say it is an injustice that has happened to Urmila. She is so delighted. Why? My husband has got the excellent opportunity to serve Bhagavan. Therefore, let me not come in between my husband and the Lord. She stays away. Think. No sentimental blackmails. Think. She quietly remains. And one more thing about Urmila, with this I will stop. When Rama goes to the forest and Bharata wanted to take everybody to the forest, everybody go. All the three mothers are taken. The whole army is going. Ayodhya Vasis, they also in multiple numbers go. But Urmila does not go. Urmila remains in the palace. Why? The reason is, when such an emotional exchange is going to happen there, I should not weaken my husband by going and showing my face to him. What a wonderful woman. The goal of the husband becomes primary in life, and my own sukha is negligible in front of the goal of my husband. Think. This is the value system with which everybody have been brought up in those days. Look at the value systems what our immature parents give to the children. Mobile. That child has not even entered nursery school. Think. Look at the value system that has been given. Urmila stays back and does not trigger emotions or sentimentalism in Lakshmana. Why? He is now a sevaka of Bhagavan. I should not weaken him by going there and make him weak sentimentally. Very, very powerful. Please note. What a character. Now see. Everybody in Ramayan characters, everybody is competing with each other to sacrifice for the sake of Bhagavan. While doing the puja, we can't sacrifice one phone call. We keep the mobile also next to our leg in the puja. Sometimes on the thigh itself they will keep. I have seen archakas, Shantam Papa. Archakas keeping mobile on the thigh while doing puja in the temple. What a shame. Think. Every character sacrifices for the sake of the Lord. We don't sacrifice one meal. Think. One meal we don't sacrifice. That is we. All these are to indicate what we are and what we should be. Now think. Here is Kaushalya ji. Here is Sumitra ji. Here is Sita. Here is Urmila ji. Everyone are competing to sacrifice their personal joys and sorrows for the sake of Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra ji. Is it not true that we have to thank Kaikeyi ji for this? If Kaikeyi had not asked Ramchandra ji to go to the forest, the glory of such wonderful Stree Shaktis would not have come to the limelight. They would have been within itself. Therefore, a very, very right moment to thank Kaikeyi, because of whom you and I can come to see the glorious characters of this Ramayana. We will continue tomorrow. सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय।